Today is 10 years since the very beginning of the European coffee trip, where we went on a first coffee tour here in Brno. And to celebrate, we thought, let's do the tour again to bring some memories back and to show you what's new. 10 years ago, this was not existing.
Back in 2014, we visited 6 cafes in Brno. And these were all the specialty cafes in Brno we had. It feels crazy right now because when I open our mobile app, there are over 70 locations. What does it mean? Well, it seems that people love specialty coffee. So let's explore.
Okay, so the closest coffee shop is called Gill's, and that's where we started in 2014, and that's where we are starting today. And I really remember how nervous we were when we started. You know, we had to explain everything. Everything was new, but we succeeded. It was fun, and the rest is the history. Okay, so Gill's espresso bar's interior remained almost the same. Black and white tiles, a big map of the world on the wall, and smiling baristas behind the bar. We ordered an espresso and talked to the new owners, Martin Koutsky and Marek Rakowski, who gave us an update about their ideas and plans for the future of the cafe and roastery. We were curious to see if they still roast coffee in the inner yard of the building. Okay, so right now we are in the roastery of Gill's. And the biggest change is the new roaster that I haven't seen before. Does it roast a good coffee?
Yeah, of course.
Before leaving, we wanted to taste something refreshing from the summer coffee menu. We ordered a raspberry espresso tonic.
Okay, so that was Gill's, our first stop. And the second stop was right opposite the street. It was called Kafec. So let's take a look what's there right now. Unfortunately, Kafec moved to the city center due to the big reconstruction. Let's see if we can get any good coffee there. No, I didn't find any good coffee. We need to move on. Okay, so here is where Kafec moved to the city center. It's over there.
So this is Kafec's location on the Orly Street with the big summer terrace. Its owner Tomáš Konečný is among pioneers of the specialty coffee in Brno. Since 2014, Kafec grew to multiple locations in 6 cities across the Czech Republic through the franchise model. What they keep the same is their signature breakfast menu with waffles and wide offer of specialty coffee drink. Okay, so the signature food or snacks at Kafec since the very beginning were waffles. So you have to order waffle and taste it. If they are the same, if not better, after 10 years.
So what do you think?
Still good, still good. And what I love about like founder's approach is that he took the people where they were on the coffee journey and tried to bring them, offer them options and to continue an exploration of specialty coffee. And that seems to be happening still in multiple locations in the Czech Republic. Okay, so our next stop is Coffee Fusion. It's the only coffee shop that remains in the same location and the same owners. And inside, I think we'll find Michal Kocman, one of the best baristas in the Czech Republic. So we found Michal behind the bar indeed. Always smiling, always open, friendly chat about coffee and life. Not many things has changed here. Ever since he opened 13 years ago, he wanted Coffee Fusion to be a place that connects the rich history of coffee houses in Brno with a specialty coffee menu and approach. So in Coffee Fusion, this is the VIP spot. This is the closest to the bar. You can sit and very often chat and have fun with a barista and learn more about what's happening behind the bar. My usual order is espresso. And during the summer, what is very popular is cold drip. So drip station is right here. And it's served in this like the wine glass, which is very stylish and very exciting for many people. For espresso, you can always choose from 2 options. But to spice it up, Michal and the team often bring guest coffee from other Czech specialty coffee roasters that quickly rotate, so in a week you can taste up to 10 different coffee beans. I think one of the last changes or updates is this custom modification of this La Marzocco machine with a really nice touch of the wood, which Michal did himself. There is only a small team of baristas, actually 2 baristas working, so it feels very home-like. So there is here on an espresso machine is a collection of espresso cups for regular customers, so they can have here and feel like really like a home. Okay, so right now we are in front of the original location of Café Mitte. There was a very tiny espresso bar
that was just built into the reception of the hostel. So basically a hostel, but there was a tiny espresso bar. There was one of the first specialty cafes you can actually go to, and it's also special for myself because my sister worked here as a barista and my now wife worked here as a receptionist. So we have a special place in our heart connected to the Cafe Mitte. And then Mitte has remained in the same street but moved by just 2 houses.
Cafe Mitte or Mitte Coffee is a business that went through the most turbulences since 2014. It has changed the ownership, modified the business model, grew from a tiny location into multiple cafes around Brno, started roasting coffee, and was the most important, survive it all so we can still have coffee at Mitte today. We ordered our drinks at the bar from lovely baristas, and since it was a hot summer day, we took advantage of a great asset of this spot, an inner yard that let you escape from a bustling Brno city center.
Okay, so 10 years ago, this was not existing. So we are in a new location of Mitte. Back in 2014, it was such a tiny place without the terrace, so only about 6-8 people could fit in. So we ordered something from the summer menu. So this is a matcha tonic that I haven't tasted yet. So I will start with this. So that was Mitte, and we continue our tour in Brno. Okay, so the next coffee shop from the original coffee tour in Brno is Melounovém Cukru.
Since the very beginning, this cafe was built on a rotating menu of specialty coffee roasters, delicious cakes, and playful design and illustrations full of unicorns, watermelons, and rainbows. This all remained the same even after 10 years since our first visit, even though the cafe changed hands, and we talked to the new operator, Jirka Filip, about current challenges of running a specialty coffee shop.
Okay, so 10 years ago, the place and the location looked quite similar. It didn't change so much inside of the interior espresso bar. Obviously there's another machines and other tools, but the vibe and the atmosphere actually remained the same. What has changed though is the owner. Vendua, who was the founding member of the team, actually moved out of Brno, but now you can find her in her new coffee shop in Brno as well. It's called Take 5.
We ordered an espresso on ice with coffee beans roasted by Berlin's Fjord coffee roasters. Melounovém Cukru is among the few specialty cafes in Brno that keep bringing international roasters from across Europe.
Okay, so next stop is Industra Coffee, and was always a little further from the city center. Already in the location we visited Masna in 2014. Now they moved, but it's also a little further from the city center, now part of the Zbrojovka development. But the same owners, Petra and Adam, and the great vibe, which is in the industrial building behind me.
And of course we met Petra and Adam also inside the cafe, which is part of the multifunctional venue space, often filled with art exhibitions, live performances and collaborative spaces. Industra Coffee celebrated 10 years anniversary last year, so we asked Petra what has changed since then.
So we are in a new building for 3 years now.
Okay.
We had to move from the old one after 8 years. So this is like the biggest change. It's a much bigger space. We have plenty more seats, big seatings outside, big park.
Okay.
So there's much more people coming in. We have a new bar, and what's the biggest new is the roastery. So we can go to have a look if you want, because Milan is just roasting.
Okay.
Because of the moving, we actually consider to roast ourselves because we have the facilities and we have like a huge storage and a huge space back.
Now, what's Adam's takes on customers back in 2014 and now?
I mean, 10 years ago it was mostly like connoisseurs who heard of us and they came in and they were like, oh, so what coffee you have on a grinder? You know, but it was like 20 or 30 customers per day. And now we have people walking dogs or like pushing prams, and they just come into like this space, you know, like, so we get more of that not so educated customers.
What hasn't changed since 2014, even though the demand for filter coffee grew rapidly in the Czech Republic, is that they keep preparing hand-brewed coffee.
So this is the whole filter coffee menu, and the one that was recommended and the one I picked is this geisha from Peru. Industra Coffee, because their attention to filter coffee and hand brew, it's my choice. And it tastes really nice indeed.
The last two updates are that Petra published a book about her passion, filter coffee, and that they exported their Brno lifestyle to Prague, opening a cafe location there in 2023.
Okay, so this is how it started with 6 specialty coffee shops in Brno, and the rest is the history. Specialty coffee shops and the scene is growing so much with many places all around Europe, and we are excited to keep exploring it. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.